you are well. Thank you for joining me again. We are going to go through a power flow today, so it's going to be a little bit more challenging, a little bit stronger. So as always, just really make sure that you're listening to your body. Break whenever you need to, rest whenever you need to. Come down to your knees, take options, and just make sure that you're giving yourself what it is that you need, and really are just tuning in with yourself, with your body. So. We are going to get right into it again. We're going to start in a child's pose. So if you just come to bring your knees wide on your mat, big toes to touch. Just feel a sense of length through your spine as you take a deep breath in through your nose, roll your shoulders up, back and down. And then as you exhale, hinging from your hips, gently come to walk your hands out in front of you. And allow your forehead to melt into your mat. As always, beginning practice by taking a few moments to really settle into your body. Maybe scanning from the crown of your head all the way down to the very tips of your toes as you internalize your awareness. Scan for any areas of tension, any areas of stress that you may feel. And as you continue to breathe in, really envisage sending your breath to those areas. And then as you exhale, feel a nice release, letting any of that tension fizzle away, letting go. Again, breathing in through your nose. Fill your body. Send your breath to any areas you may feel you need it. And then as you exhale, feel the release, the letting go. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. Just starting to deepen your breath a little more now, sending it that little bit deeper into your belly, becoming more connected to the sensation of your breath. And throughout your practice, really keeping a focus on keeping hold of that connection. So if you feel your mind wandering, just accept, acknowledge where it goes, and then come back to the breath, back to the sensations you can feel, back to the rise and the fall of your body, back to that internal awareness. Gently now, just start to reach your right hand out to your right, bring your left hand on top of it. Feel the stretch through the left side of your body, the opening, and then walking your hands back to center, and then over to the opposite side. Left hand comes over, right hand reaches on top, and breathe into the right side of your body here. And back to center. Coming up onto your knees, gently we're coming into our tabletop position. So shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees, spreading the fingers wide. Back neutral, and then as you inhale, scoop your belly low, open through your chest, gaze forward. And as you exhale, round through your spine, arching your back. Really push your mat away with your hands here. Let your head, your neck relax. Inhale, scoop low. Exhale, rounding, drawing your shoulder blades apart. And as you inhale, squeezing them together. And then just coming back to neutral here. As you inhale, taking your right hand up into the sky, bring your gaze up towards your right thumb, twisting deeply. As you exhale, thread the right hand underneath your left arm. Bring your cheek down to your mat. And then maybe just reach the left hand out onto your fingertips. Breathing into that space all through the left side body. If you want to deepen the stretch a little more, feel a little more opening, taking the left hand around your back to your right thigh. And release. Come back to your tabletop position. Left hand lifts, inhaling. And exhaling, threading the left hand underneath your right arm. Left cheek comes down to rest on your mats. And there's the option to take that right hand in front of you, coming up onto your fingertips. Keep your sit bones lifted here. Or if you want to deepen and maybe open a little further through your chest, take the right hand around your back to your left thigh. Really rotate your right shoulder blade down into your spine, your upper arm bone moving back. And release, come back to your tabletop position. So starting to really ground through your hands now and through the pads of your fingers and your knuckles as well. So to take some of the pressure off your wrists, tuck your toes under. Lift your bottom up and back into downward facing dog. Maybe just gently start to pedal out the legs, walking your dog out. Continue to draw your shoulders away from your ears and really lift the sit bones up and back, almost towards where the back wall meets the ceiling. Coming to stillness. Just rolling up onto your tiptoes now. Rolling forward over your wrists, bending at the knees, push back. Up to downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, come up onto your tiptoes, rolling forward. Engage through your core as you hold here. And then bending at the knees, lowering them just off the mat, pushing the sit bones back. Inhale back up to downward facing dog. Gently come to walk your feet in between your hands now, standing with the feet just hip distance apart, coming to a nice forward fold. Allow your head, your neck to relax. And it's our first forward fold of the practice, so just taking a few moments here, a few breaths. You can keep a nice bend in the knee, they don't need to be locked out. And then releasing gently, rising up vertebrae by vertebrae. As you inhale, sweep both hands up, above your head, palms come to touch. Take a gentle back bend here. And as you exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. As you inhale, halfway lift back flat. Crown of your head reaching forward, hands extended down towards your shins. As you exhale, plant your hands down on your mat, step both feet back and flow through knees, chest, chin or straight into chaturanga. The option is yours. Keeping elbows into the sides, lowering down to your low plank if flowing through chaturanga. pushing through the tops of the feet. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest lifts. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push back, downward facing dog. Step both feet back in between your hands. As you inhale, halfway lift back flat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising up strong, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hinge, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift back flat. Exhale, plant the hands down, and there's the option to step or jump back into your high plank. Flowing through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Again, the option is yours, lowering down. Pushing through the tops of the feet. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Now if you're in upward facing dog, the thighs are lifted. If you're in cobra, you can just bring them back down onto the mat, bring a slight bend into the elbows. Exhale, tuck your toes under, push back, downward facing dog. Again, stepping both feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, back flat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, with your heart as you fold forward. Again, inhale, halfway lift, back flat. Exhale, plant the hands down, step or jump your feet back into your high plank, flow through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming onto your tiptoes, bending at the knees. With control, bring your gaze in between your hands and then lightly jump the feet in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale now, coming into your chair pose, Utkatasana, dropping the bottom low, reach the hands forward. So wait until your heels now, lift through your spine, find that length. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, just settle into your Utkatasana for a few breaths. Feet, knees together. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands back down, step or jump back into high plank, flow through knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog, foot flexed, toes pointing towards your mat here. As you exhale, sweeping that knee forward, knee comes to nose, and then plant your right foot down in between your hands. Pivot slightly on the left foot, we're rising up strong into our warrior one. Reaching, sparking the fingers. Your right knee should be stacked over your right ankle, and you want your hips to be squaring towards the front of your mat here. Exhale, bring your hands back down, step the foot back, push back to downward facing dog. Left leg lift. Again, three-legged dog, foot flexed. Breathing in deeply here, keep the connection to your breath. Linking breath to movement as you exhale, sweep that foot forward. Knee comes to nose. Plant the left foot down, right foot angles out. Create that strong foundation through your feet then as you inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Hips squaring, drop the shoulders. Try to keep the pelvis neutral here, so just lift the front of your pelvis as your tailbone descends, breathing in and breathing out, bringing the hands back down to your mat. Step your left foot back, downward facing dog. Roll over into high plank. Flow through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come to step or jump again with control. Gaze forward, Feet in between hands, inhale, halfway lift back flat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose, reaching the hands up, Utkatasana, sit bones are dropped low, weight into your heels here. Feel that strength in your legs, that power is building. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back flat. Exhale, plant your hands down, step or jump your feet back into high plank. Again, flow through knees, chest, chin. Or chaturanga, you can probably feel it starting to build in the shoulders now. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Three-legged dog, foot flexed. Exhale, sweeping the knee forward. Plant the foot in between your hands. Pivot slightly on the left foot. Inhale, rise up strong, warrior one. Exhale. Hands come back down, step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Left leg lift. Three-legged dog. Breathing in. Exhale, sweep the knee forward. Left knee to nose. Round through the spine. Step your foot forward, right foot angles out. Again, inhale, rise up strong. Warrior one. Exhale. Hands come back down. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. Then come to just bring your knees wide on your mat, big toes to touch. Lower your sit bones back, taking a moment in child's pose. Just remaining here for 2 breaths. Notice the quality of your breath now, where you can feel it in your body. Connect back. Putting some weight back into the hands now, tuck the toes under, lift your bottom up and back. Downward facing dog. As you inhale, coming back into your three-legged dog, so right leg lifts, foot pointing towards your mat. Really continue to keep drawing that left heel down towards your mat, feeling the long stretch through the left hamstring, through the spine. Bending at the right knee, stack your hips on top of one another. So almost as if your right hip is stacked on top of your left hip. Bring your gaze underneath the left elbow, grounding through your hands here. There's an option to remain here, or lightly with control, bring your right leg over your body into your wild thing. Right hand reaches over your head, pushing your hips up towards the ceiling, ground through that left hand, hold here for 2 breaths. Exhale, come back over into your high plank, engage through your core, we're not done just yet. Bring in the right hand into the center of your mat, come straight into your side plank. Left hand reaches overhead, you can drop down to your right knee here, taking the option of a low plank. Continue to breathe, continue to lift through the hips, maybe lift the left leg. Breathing in if you want to take it a little bit further. As you exhale, left knee comes to left elbow. Inhale, extend back out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more time as you inhale, reach out. Come back over into your high plank and flow through chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just taking a couple of breaths here in your down dog. Again, connecting back. A few moments of active recovery. Left leg lift. Three-legged dog on your left foot, flexed again, toes pointing towards your mat here. Really continue to draw the heel of your right foot down. Maybe bring your gaze underneath your armpit. Bending at your knee now, so left hip stacks on top of right this time. Gaze underneath the right armpit. And there's the option to remain here or gently, lightly with control, bring the left leg over your body, reach overhead with your left hand. Push up through your hips in your wild thing. Roots to rise in this position. Really grounding through the hands, through the feet to lift. Exhale, release, come back over into your high plank. Again, not quite done, we're coming in to our side plank. Engaging through your core, bring your left hand into the center of your mat. Come straight in to your side plank. Right hand reaches overhead, lift up through your hips. There's the option again to drop down to your bottom knee or remain in your plank and maybe lift through your right leg. Inhaling, exhale, hook knee to elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hugging everything in. Inhale, extend. Whoop. Exhale, hug in. One more time, inhale, extend everything out. Come back over into your high plank and flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just take a deep breath in through your nose here. And as you exhale, sigh everything out through your mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale, sigh everything out through your mouth. One more time, inhaling through your nose. Exhaling. Just lightly walk your feet in between your hands now. Again, inhale, halfway lift back flat. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, we're coming back into our chair pose, Utkatasana, so dropping the bottom low, reach your hands forward. Again, weight into your heels here. Try to keep your feet, your knees together, like you're sitting back into a stool. Drop your shoulders, open through your chest, breathe into that space. Hands come to heart center. So as you inhale now, finding a bit more length through your spine, growing tall through the crown of your head. As you exhale, twisting to your right. So you want to try and hook your left elbow around the outside of your right knee. Really rotate your right shoulder blade down into your spine. Twisting deeply here. With every inhale, try to find a little more length through your spine, and with every exhale, just try to twist a little deeper. Keep rotating that right upper arm bone back. Then gently keeping the hands where they are, start to really pop some weight into the right foot. See if you can lift through your left. And then maybe extend that left leg out behind you. Focus. Use your breath to aid you. And if you're wobbling like I am, that's okay. Keep hold of the focus. Breathing in, breathing out. Transitioning straight into your half moon here. Woo! So coming down onto your right hand, lift up through your left. Breathing in, open through your hips. The fingers of your left hand really sparking your left foot flexed. If you want to deepen this position, maybe take that left hand to your left foot. Opening further, deeper through the hips. And then on your next exhale, gently releasing, step your left foot back, open straight into your warrior two. Bring a bend into the right knee, gaze on the middle finger of your right hand. Drop your shoulders. Building strength through these warriors. Feel the power through your legs. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. And then as you exhale, bringing your right elbow to your right knee in your extended side angle, reach your left hand over your head. Not putting any weight into the knee here, just simply resting that elbow. Maybe coming to a bind if that's available to you, taking your right hand underneath your thigh, left hand comes around your back. Interlace the fingers, continue to rotate your left shoulder blade down. Connect back to your breath. And then as you inhale, releasing from your bind if you're in there, coming back into your warrior two. As you inhale, reach forward, flip the right hand. As you exhale, bring it back overhead, reverse warrior. And then releasing, cartwheel both hands back to your mat, frame your right foot, step that foot back into your downward facing dog. Again, a few breaths of active recovery here. Noticing the difference in your breath from when you first started the practice. And then gently come to step your feet back in between your hands. As you inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, coming back into your chair pose, Utkatasana, sit bones drop low, reach the hands forward. Again, drop your shoulders away from your ears, weight into your heels. Bring your hands to your heart center as you inhale. Find length through the spine, and as you exhale, this time twist to your left. Hook your right elbow around the outside of your left knee. Rotate your left shoulder blade back down, opening deeper here. Again, with every single inhale, try to find some more length through your spine, and with every exhale, twist deeper. And maybe just bring your attention to your knees here. If they're knocked out of line, just bring them back into line. Then starting to ground through your left foot, popping more weight into that. See if you can maybe lift through your right leg. Use your breath to aid in your focus. Then gently extend your right leg out behind you. Foot flexed. Use your breath. Gently transitioning into your half moon, left hand comes down to your mat. Right arm reaches up, extend through that left leg, powering. The thighs will be burning here. Opening through your hips here in your half moon. Reaching up through the right hand, right leg flexed, and Your standing leg here can be strong, but you can have a slight bend in the knee still, protecting your joints. Then maybe take your right foot to your right hand again if you want to just deepen the stretch. Opening the hips a little more. Try to steady your breath. Equal breaths in, equal breaths out. And then on your next exhale, release. Step your right foot back open straight into your warrior two. Bring the bend into your left knee. Gaze on the middle finger of your left hand. Again, keep the pelvis neutral here, so just lift the front of the pelvis, drop the tailbone. Drop your shoulders. You want to be grounding through all corners of your feet in this position. And then as you exhale, bringing your left elbow to your left knee, reach overhead with your left hand, extended side angle. Again, not popping any weight into this knee, simply resting the elbow. Option is to remain here or come into a bind, so taking the left hand underneath your thigh, right arm around your back, interlacing your fingers. Continue to rotate that top shoulder round. Bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, slowly straighten out. Come back into your warrior two, bring the bend back into your left leg. The thigh will be burning as you inhale, reach forward, flip the left hand. As you exhale, bring it back overhead, right hand comes back down your thigh. Or maybe in a bind around your back this time, in your reverse warrior. Breathe into the side body. And then as you exhale, cartwheel both hands forward, frame your left foot, step back into your downward facing dog. Feel that nice sense of release through your legs. The thigh that's been working so hard. The muscles activating. Feel that release. Taking one big inhale through your nose. As you exhale, sigh it all out. One more time, inhale through your nose. Exhale. And then gently now come to step your feet back in between your hands. Come to sit down on your bottom. And then we're going to lower down onto our backs. Slowly working all the way down. Hands down by your sides. Just bring your feet in towards your bottom here. You want your neck to be long on your mat. Feel the base of your head supported by your mat. Just allow your shoulders to drop for a moment. We're going to come into a back bend. We're going to come into bridge. So keeping your hands down by your sides here. Keep the base of the head supported. Really ground through all corners of the feet as you lift through your hips. Pushing your hips up. Grounding through your feet. Again, it's the idea of roots to rise, creating that strong root, that strong foundation so that you can grow tall, so that you can rise. And release, lowering all the way back down. Just hug your knees into your chest. Taking a gentle rock from side to side, counteracting your bridge. Being mindful of your spine. And releasing. Bring the feet back down, come into bridge. for a second time, there's the option this time to maybe interlace your fingers underneath your sacrum, underneath your lower back. Maybe just rotate the shoulder blades in slightly, propping the back on top of them. Keep your neck long, and then as you inhale, push up through your hips, grounding through your hands, through your feet. Again, roots to rise, continue to lift through your hips. Breathe. Try to lift a little higher. And release all the way back down gently to your mat. Release the shoulders, knees, hug into your chest. Take a gentle rock from side to side. And then come into stillness now. We're going to come into our happy baby. So taking our peace fingers, wrapping them around our big toes. If the toes aren't available to you, you can take the backs, you can take your calves here, or you can take your thighs, the back of your thighs, taking whichever option you prefer, just extending the legs out to either side. Make sure that the lower back remains flat on your mat. And again, just take a gentle rock here. Nice, releasing. Letting go. Steadying out your breath. Come to stillness. And then extend both of your legs up in front of you now. Try to keep hold of the toes if you can. Feet flexed again, pointing towards the ceiling. So almost as if you're pushing the ceiling away with your feet. And then taking a gentle rock and roll. On your next rock up, we're going to come straight into Navasana, boat pose. Reaching your hands forward, extending your legs here again, feet flexed, long through your spine, shoulders back, engage through your core, holding here for 10 breaths. There's the option to take a baby Navasana, bringing a bend into the knees here if you prefer. Really harness your breath in this position. Use the power of your breath to aid in your concentration and your focus. You've got this. Two more breaths, stick with it. Take your knees, rock and roll up and down your mat. Nice release. On your next rock up, we're coming back into Navasana again. Engaging through the core, you've got this, you can do this, holding for 5 breaths this time. Drop your shoulders. Try to find some ease within the position, so maybe that is just relaxing your shoulders, relax the muscles around your eyes or around your mouth. Maybe smile to yourself. 2 more breaths. Taking the knees again, rock and roll. And then on your next rock up, crossing the feet over one another. Bringing your hands onto your mat, step your feet back into your downward facing dog. We're going to come into our pigeon now. So as you inhale, lift through the right leg, foot flex. And then as you exhale, you want to sweep that knee forward. And then planting the leg down on your mat, 90 degrees if possible. So we say 90 degrees if possible, that is not accessible for everybody. So as much in that direction as you can. Extend the left leg out behind you. Find some length through your spine here. You want to try not to collapse into the right glute, so try to keep that lifted. Using your core, lift up through the side ribs as you inhale, reach up. And then as you exhale, again, hinge from your hips, leading with your heart. Bring your hands down to your mats. If this is all that feels good for you, you can remain here, or maybe deepen the position, coming down to one forearm, or coming down to both forearms. then when you find your final expression of the pose, really allow your sit bones, your bottom, to relax. Allow the upper part of your body to relax, to let go and surrender, to melt into your mat. As you connect back to your breath, back to the internal sensations of your body. Continue to melt. Continue allowing your hips to relax, to let go. And then releasing, popping some weight back into the palms of your hands here. Tuck the toes of your left foot under. In your own time, gently sweep your right leg back to your downward facing dog. As you inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog, foot flex. Exhale, sweep that foot forward, coming to your pigeon on the opposite side, bending at the knee here. Right leg extends behind you. Lifting through your chest again, being careful not to drop down into this glute here as you inhale. Rise up strong. As you exhale, bringing both hands back onto your mat, maybe remaining here or coming down onto your forearms into your full expression of your pigeon. Now, if this pigeon isn't available to you, if it feels too deep, there's the option of taking a reclining pigeon, so coming onto your back. And then bending at the knee. So if you're bending at your left knee, take your right foot in front of your left knee, taking your hands behind your back, and gently just pulling that left knee in. Continue allowing your muscles to relax, to let go and surrender. Continue to keep the awareness internalized, your consciousness internalized as you come back to the present moment time and time again through the power of your breath, of being aware. And then grounding back through your hands now. Lifting through the chest. Come to sweep both legs around in front of you. Gently lower down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest, taking one last squeeze here. And again, just maybe rotate from side to side, massaging through your spine. Come to stillness. Bring your hands down by your sides, extend your legs out in front of you. Just allow your feet to fall out to either side, palms face up towards the ceiling. Close back down through your eyes. Start to soften back into your mat. Allow your breathing to soften. Let your shoulders melt, your hips drop. As we come into our final resting position, Shavasana. into your chest. Again, just give yourself a really big hug here. And when you're ready, roll over to your right side. Keeping your eyes closed in your own time. Come back up to a seated position. Maybe sitting cross-legged on your mat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Just take a moment for you now to check back in with yourself, to observe whether anything has shifted for you, how you're feeling in your physical body, the quality of your breath. And as always, just taking a final moment to appreciate and acknowledge yourselves for taking this time out of your day to connect back to yourself, to connect back to your breath, your body, to give back to yourself. Taking one last big breath in. As you exhale, bowing your head chin to chest.